How's everybody doing this evening? Welcome into the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm super excited about tonight's show. It kind of just all came together at the last minute. We took a hard right.
We did.
And I'm all excited about where we're going now.
I am too, because we have a very special couple that's going to be coming up here to join us right now.
Wow.
Look.
Hey.
Good evening.
We have got Kurt and Marcia from See Me Traveling in the house. How are you guys doing?
Very
great.
well, very well. Good to see both you, Cindy and Bruce.
Nice to see you.
We're excited. So and thank you for doing this. So we were kind of chatting, or I think the guys were chatting, and then our subject tonight includes going on something called a buddy moon and celebration travel and destination travel and traveling with friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, hey guys, you want to come and talk about this with us? And they're like, yeah, come on. And I think Marcia had to do a quick pajama change because it's
I
like,
still have the bottoms on, I'm not gonna lie, but I did put on a decent shirt.
I'm Donald Ducking again.
No, he's not.
Donald Ducking. Awesome. Don't send up. We're good.
we're good. So we wanted to talk a little bit. So what's new? We're trying new things. So in 2024, one of our goals was to try something new. And so I said, hey, you want to try something new in 2024? Are you in this with me? And he's like, yeah, sure. Let's try something new. So guess what Cindy did?
What did Cindy do?
He signed us up for square dancing classes, and we went last night.
How was that?
Oh my gosh.
Well, you know, when she signed us up, when she finally told me what we had signed up for, I was like, really? Square dancing?
Really?
I remember as a kid that we did square dancing like in gym one time in middle school. Never thought anything of it outside of like watching like Lawrence Welk with my parents or whatever. Otherwise, I haven't really thought about that. But I would tell you what, we had so much fun. It was 2 hours, and the 2 hours went by so fast. It was a lot of fun.
We were worried when we walked in, because when we walked in there,
we were the youngest
people in there. Like, oh God, what did we just do?
Oh my goodness!
I keep telling her I want to do something like that. You know, we've done dancing on the ship.
Oh, I so recommend you doing that. Yeah.
2 minutes later, we weren't the youngest people.
No, we weren't.
We were like
there was like 20-somethings.
20-somethings in there, 90-somethings.
Yeah, so it was a range of people. Yeah, there was a lady there that was 98 years old, and there was kids there that were in their mid-20s. So there was like 22, 23 of us there. It was a lot of fun.
Kurt said something about ballroom dancing.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I want to learn. More ballroom type of thing. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like and we've thought about going and learning. What's that other one that your dad does?
Swing dance.
Swing dancing. We want to learn how to do that.
Big band music.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. It seems like so much fun.
So we tried that last night, and it was fun. We didn't know what to expect, and we thought, well, if we hate it, we'll never go back. And but I think we're going back.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
The classes are free, so it's not like we were out anything if we ended up. So
Oh wow.
Yeah. So a lot of fun.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing that's new?
Today, Marsha's been working a lot. We're working on. We're packing for our cruise. We're in 4 days. 4
Oh
days.
my goodness! Wow.
So so we're preparing for a little bit. We are thinking of maybe leaving Friday and driving so far. I usually like to drive to the Georgia-Florida line and then drive on in, make it a little easier. We're thinking of doing that. I've been really down in my back here more recently, so that's one reason to do it also. Yeah.
One of the things we did this year that was different was we actually got Busch Garden tickets. Well, look at the devil. There we go, right there.
Whoa. That was right.
Why do I have to be the devil?
Wow, Mr. Troublemaker.
Yeah.
That's what they call us, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
He calls us troublemakers all the time. Cindy might
Get kicked off one cruise.
Well, the topic for tonight that we just kind of we kind of told everybody, we took a hard right about a half an hour before the show started. We had a segment to talk about the travel trends and how travel has kind of changed to more of a, there's a big spike in what are they calling them? Buddy moons, where you don't have a honeymoon, you have a buddy moon. All your friends come with you on your honeymoon, and destination weddings and celebration travel for birthdays and anniversaries and baby moons that started in the 1990s have now turned into more group events. So lots of groups coming and people interacting and through travel. And I'm like, why is this happening? What's causing this to be an emerging trend in travel?
It's more fun to hang out with the group of friends and go on vacation.
Yeah, it
Even
is.
when they call you the devil when you come in the room.
Sorry, Mike.
And I'll tell you something that I like that I know we are, and it seems like everyone that's in here, me and Marsha don't have to be up each other's hind ends on the cruise. I can go do whatever. She'll go do something with the girls or whatever,
I'm normally in a casino and he's somewhere else.
with Mike. He's in there with Mike, y'all.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and say it.
Mike is apparently vacation husband and wife anyway.
Yeah, we know.
That sounds way wrong. That sounds like Pineappleville. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like
There you go, Mike.
Well, I was trying to read some articles about why this is happening, and for the buddy moons where you take people on your honeymoon, the way we court has changed over the last 15, 20 years, where 20 years ago, living together before you got married was like, oh, they're living together. But now it's like, you haven't lived together and you're getting married, So, so couples they've lived together, or at least they've traveled together. And so they're looking for not just, hey, let's go on vacation together, but they're looking for that bigger experience and that shared experience. One article talked about, I had all my school and college friends come, and I felt really bad. Hey, come in, let's have a rehearsal dinner, see you at the wedding the next morning. Bye, thanks for spending a lot of money. I can't spend any time with you. I have to go on my honeymoon. And they felt, wish we could have done this better.
Yeah.
That's it is fun. I mean, it wasn't until the group cruise. I mean, we had cruised along with like Greg and Felicia, SCT Adventures.
Well,
fortunately,
we travel. We met.
I was getting ready to say a few other together. Will from Together We Travel, but we didn't really do so many things. And then once we got on Carnival Freedom, then that's when Greg Sealeg was there, and we kind of planned to get together and do things a little bit more. And we, you enjoy each other, you really do.
I think for me, it was our last cruise with everybody, the group cruise. We were nervous to begin with. I'll tell you, before the cruise, we were nervous about being with so many different personalities and how we would blend all that.
Didn't want to hurt feelings. Didn't want our feelings hurt. Didn't, you kind of feel that way about everybody. I had talked to Bruce. I was like, I don't know, man. I can't wait to get it over with. And then I ended up loving it.
Then we ended up hanging out with people and we loved it and enjoyed it and would do it again. So prefer to do it.
We held up with a lot of great friends on the booze cruise, and Mike.
Mike's been on the biggest group cruise there ever was, right? And Mike.
Cut us
our friends and Mike.
And Mike.
No, it was
a big one.
Yeah, it was a great, and we we have cruised with people before, but we've really enjoyed being by ourselves until that cruise, and now cruising with friends seems like a lot more fun.
What is it that changed for you guys? I mean, I was surprised that I really liked the shared experience more than I'm a closet introvert. I can do extrovert for short amounts of time, but then I need to go heal from that whole experience.
What I think, we all share the passion of cruising, so it's not like we don't have things in common. So us having all this, we have several things in common. We do YouTube. We love cruising. So it's a lot of things that we have in common. So it makes it a lot easier for us to get along with each other because there's always something to talk about. And it's just a lot of fun. We enjoy just even going to breakfast each day and going on excursions and all the different things, just hanging out and doing the different things and seeing how goofy everybody gets.
I was going to say a little lighthearted. We all laugh. We all pick. We try not. We pick in a good way.
Except for Mike.
Some people try to get you in trouble. With the upside down stuff. I mean, Ricky being in there, I swear. And Ricky acts like she's not guilty. But who the heck was filming everything when you were doing stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Who, me? That's that look that Ricky gives you. Who, me?
And she can pull it off. She looks very innocent. Like she always says, "My damn husband," like it was a surprise.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
She's the one who bought all the stuff.
So the other thing that the articles talked about was just the trend in marriages where the way we court is different, and the way our lives are conducted post-pandemic, where a lot of people didn't go back to the same work experience they had prior, and so they aren't at Friday or weekends looking for less interaction. They're looking for more interaction and meaningful interaction. So I think for us, when we realized, hey, wow, what a change this group cruise was for us, and then we started really intentionally trying to plan these so we could do that, spend that quality time together, really talk about what our passions together. And it changed the way we look at planning our vacation. And I don't know if it's like, be nice to Bruce and Cindy. They want to come on this group cruise, so tell them they can. Or,
I know that's probably what it is. We're like that third wheel.
Yeah. They want to come. You can't tell them.
I mean, I happen to have a group cruise this year.
We weren't invited to.
I know.
You take good expensive group cruises.
Yeah, I looked at his this week. It looks like it'd be great.
Nice group cruise.
But I can do so with that.
It's for our rich friends.
No, it's really, I mean, the utopia of the seas, when you see what that Royal just did with the Icon, you just, I mean, they've really taken it to another level. Really going to be interesting to see now that obviously the Utopia won't be the size of the Icon, but still, it's going to be it's a beautiful ship and an awesome cruise that's going to be.
Yeah. So after the group cruise, because we were all a little nervous before we went on this group cruise, and we're like-minded YouTubers, travel passion, cruising, but we were still nervous about, how are we going to make this all work? How are we going to, are we going to feel comfortable? And I think for the most part, we all came off with positive.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I think even before the cruise started, you really bonded with Kurt Marshall when you're going through their underwear in their suitcases.
That's true. I did have a real personal up close view.
What I'm saying about that is 3 people looked through that suitcase and we did not find what was laying in it.
Yeah, Cindy said, okay, I'm going to look over your shoulder. And as you go through every single thing and you touch everything, she said those words, you touch everything. I was like, oh, she's sounding to me like. We went through everything in there. We unzipped stuff. It was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And those that don't know, we were looking for our passports and on a little thing. I can show you.
Our wallet with our passports, my credit card, and our money.
It looks just like a book. It's very thin. That's what we were looking for.
But what was really, really cool about that whole experience is a bunch of us came together to help you guys out. I mean, Kurt,
Greg and Felicia.
Greg and Felicia. Us. I mean, it was just so cool.
Mike Gormley.
Mike Gormley, yeah.
Oh, you got the same one, Mike?
Same one.
That looks just
it's because y'all showed it on the show one day, and I bought it that day.
Oh, okay.
She did it
Well,
on Amazon. Yeah.
As you know, Bruce, I was in tears, hysterical, crying on Bruce's shoulder while Kurt was going through our clothes again for the third or fourth time. And
We really just thought we had everything had been
Greg
stolen,
and Felicia, I mean, what's really neat is everybody was like, okay, we're going to try to get you on this cruise ship.
Mike
And we
Gormley,
made it. And then they were like, if you need money, if you need anything,
I had
you
several
come to
folks
us. And I
come
was
up
like,
and said, because we were like, okay, the trip's paid for. We really don't need anything.
Yeah.
We put stuff on the card. They said, if you need cash though to do something,
you let us know. And it was really neat. Thank goodness we found it and we didn't have to bug anybody, but and I don't think we would have anyway, but it was really nice to see everybody come to our aid like that. It made us feel good. So
the only person that was in our car before Bruce and Cindy was Mike Clock and Ricky's all I'm going to say.
I didn't go through your drawers like Cindy did.
That was afterwards. Somewhere somebody took it, stuffed it.
Yeah, stuffed it in the drawers. So yeah.
Do you know? I don't know if we've shared this, but when we were going through when Kurt and I were going through the luggage, and Marcia and Bruce were in there trying to fax something or do something in the hotel thing, Kurt was like, I may have been harsh with Marcia. I may have said things I shouldn't have said.
I told her, I said, I'm like a rattlesnake sometimes. I said, I did.
He couldn't have made me feel any worse than I already felt about myself.
I was going to say, it wasn't too bad, was it? I didn't bark too much.
He didn't. I felt awful because I thought, that's always my responsibility. And I knew I had it. I just knew I had it. And I just couldn't find it at the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
More story to that, but that's it. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks
I get nervous sitting there talking about it. I won't go to bed.
My hands sweat.
Yeah, I won't go to bed till super late now.
So but the article went into things that are the downside of group travel. And they're saying the sweet spot for getting that real good interaction is about 10 people in your group. You get good quality time. You can do the interactive, like take a cooking class or do something like that and really get some good interaction. If you get larger than 10 people, you lose that, that shared experience type thing. Now, what do you guys think about that 10 people thing?
I like that idea.
I think you do get a core myself. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, because even on the group cruise, I still felt like, hey, I didn't get to spend as much time with these people as I wanted to.
And I tried.
And we all kind of just are like, hey, we're going to do this. You're welcome to join us. But I still felt like there were moments where Kurt and I were like, hey, we didn't really get to meet these people as much and talk to them as much as we wanted to. And the good news is that there's a lot of these people that are going to be in Helen. And
quite a bit in Helen, quite a bit coming up on the next cruises. Yeah.
So
I mean, on the ABC cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a great cruise. Also, it's going to be fantastic. There's a lot of great cruises coming up.
Yeah.
We got Clock's group cruise that's coming up. We're getting ready to get on Sea Lake Journey's group cruise, which I can't wait for, on the Norwegian Breakaway. We're stepping away from Carnival. We're excited about.
Yeah.
So that thing about not getting to spend a lot of time, I think everybody felt that because we had a large group. And so they were talking about trying to mix it up in large groups and give that, small, hey, let's have some group activities that are smaller. So you get that one-on-one interaction. So I know everyone's got group cruises coming up. What are you doing on your group cruises that you've got coming up that talk to that? Do they, hey, I want to have one-on-one time, or, I want to make sure I still get my vacation? Are you guys doing something specific or planning ahead?
I'm thinking of Clock. I want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're always looking for different things where we can do meetups and stuff like that. But we booked so many damn cruises ahead, so it kind of screwed us on some of the things.
Oh, yeah. I can get that too.
I get that.
Yeah.
we're going to be the next cruise we go on. We were supposed to be on there with Greg and Felicia, and they decided to become grandparents instead.
Yeah.
And Lori and William, we were all going to be there together.
Journey with the Gingers and SCT Adventures.
And SCT. And it's just going to end up being Lori and William and Kurt and I. And I did tell them ahead of time, if you feel like you need time or space, don't feel like you can't be like, hey, we're going to go do this.
We're going to go do our own thing today or something.
And it's fine. We don't get offended by that because, sometimes, like you said, Cindy, sometimes you're a little bit introverted and you just need that alone time. And
introverted don't mean gambling, though. That's not what that means. It's not when you go to the gambling,
Mike, help me
casino.
out here. Help me out here, Mike.
I'm introverted. I'm going to go to the casino and talk to a bunch of people. Yeah,
sometimes you get the itch.
But on the same hand, we work together, so we're going to be staying in the same hotel before we go. We're going to do dinner. Did the 3-package dinner where you get 3 different dinner places.
You're taking my morning show from me right now.
All right. Anyway, and we're doing a sunset champagne cruise, and we're going to go to the beach. And at some point, I'm sure they may want to spend some Valentine's Day time together, but I'm not sure when that's going to fit in. But Lori said since she's retired, she didn't need to see as much of William alone. I'm not retired, but I still feel the same way.
Well, that's why I'm encouraged when I get up in the morning. I don't have to make a lot of noise. And she's like, just all I ask her is, what time do you want me to come back and get you? Make sure I can get up in time for breakfast. That's all I do.
Mm-hmm. He does. He gives me my time. I know Ricky likes her time just reading a book sometimes. I don't think she got a lot of that on the Glory, but I think that she did on the Icon of the Seas.
Yeah, she did on the Icon of the Seas.
She read a lot on Icon. She carried her book around with her all the time. I'm sure she looked like a weirdo in the pub watching the singer with a book in front of her.
I was wondering, did the Icon of the Seas feel like a group cruise a little bit?
With all the people that you met?
I'm just wondering.
I mean, I knew a couple people from the Vloggers cruise, but we only hung out a few times. Mark McClure was probably the one I hung out with most. I talked to him a few times. I brought him some bad luck during the Lions game. He'll never let me live that one down. But other than that, her and I mainly spent most of the time together. And actually, I think I took you all on tours.
Yeah.
4 times.
I know the ship very well.
I feel like I went on vacation with you, Mike.
I do.
And I know Kurt did.
Yeah, I'm glad you did that. It was a lot of fun for us.
Yeah. Nobody out in the YouTube world knows this, but how long was we on one day? 3 hours together?
I think so.
2 or 3 hours. Well, I got to see the ship. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun though. Be able to get a close up view without being on it and everything. It was very cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, and I would love to talk to Ricky because during the booze cruise,
if you get real quiet, you might be able to hear her. She's snoring pretty loud.
Take the microphone in there.
Take the camera.
You're gonna get the damn it doll.
Yeah.
You get that damn it doll put up somewhere you don't want it put in. Not with it.
Well, during the I'm a safety and numbers gal. If I've got somebody to do something with, I'm more likely to do it. So during the group cruise, I mean, I grabbed your wife, Ricky, and she was my, okay, if Ricky's doing it, I think I can do it. Kind of, Ricky, are you doing it? Yeah, I'm doing it. Okay, I can do it too. Kind of thing like that. And I'm not sure. I mean, for me, it made my cruise a ton of fun.
She had a lot of fun.
And so I wonder about that thing. Where's that sweet spot where, especially if you've got a bunch of friends you're traveling with, where's that sweet spot where you draw the line and say, I really just want to, be up front and how do I say that? I don't want to be a burden, but I also don't want to miss out on any fun. So where's that sweet spot? And how do you get that?
I get that, because if you're going with like just two couples and one couple needs more me time than the other couple, and the other couple is like more like let's go do, it could be bad for both sides. But
I'll tell you, my example is a lot of folks like going to the MDR. And I think, y'all, we would talk in a text. There was one night, everybody, there was a few folks went. Me and Marsha said, I really don't like what's on the menu. I don't really want to go.
Yeah.
That's just one night. I mean, so I didn't mind telling, but I mean, if someone would have came to me and said, hey, we want everybody to get together and try to go,
we would do it.
Then we would be like, yeah, no, it ain't a big deal.
So
just, we don't mind adjusting. That's just us, but go with the flow a little bit. Cause again, it's just like complaining about which cruise line's the best. Hey, you're on a cruise.
Yep.
What's it matter?
and spending time together and having a good time, you could do that on any ship. It doesn't matter which ship it is, really, or where you're going on a port. It's about you're on vacation, and what better way to relax and have a good time than to talk about the things that we all have in common. And because of what we do, we have a lot in common.
So did you feel like on some of so for group cruises, especially, some of the things they had talked about was logistics for putting did you feel like for the group cruise there was a lot of work and you put into it and felt like, oh man, that was exhausting? Or was it like, hey, that was part of the interaction, that was part of the fun to put those activities together?
Before the cruise, I thought it was a lot. I thought that was a lot on the schedule. I thought there's no way we're going to get through all this and see all these people and still like each other at the end of the cruise. But on the cruise, I think we went to every event almost on that list. We may have missed one or two.
The shot
glass exchange.
And there was another one sometimes it was communication, or we were in another direction and we didn't make it in there in time or something.
But most of the time we were there. And even when everybody was like, hey, I'm going to go to the Lido pool, everybody came to Lido pool. And it wasn't a planned event. We just all did it because we want to hang out with each other. And it's a true thing called fear of missing out, FOMO, because you don't want to miss out on anything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's like when we went and did the me and Moonlight Adventures, which was on earlier tonight with Josh. We went and did the beer pong. And the next thing you know, there was like 10 of y'all or more showed up, and I'm like, oh gosh.
I don't know how I missed that. I would have played in that one.
He said I would have win. I think he was like, was that his flirt?
No.
I
would have liked to have played.
Yeah. Those girls whipped those guys' butts. Yeah, every single
two
group,
volleyball
they
girls.
Whipped all of them.
Yeah, they was volleyball girls. They was very tall. They just would throw down the cup.
Toss it in the cup.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah. But that was fun.
What was cool about the booze cruise and how we organized everything also, and then people could participate with whatever they wanted to. You could do everything, not do anything. Everyone could do their own thing. I've really taken that model that we did on the booze cruise, which wasn't officially a group cruise, but we kind of ran it as one to win, planning all these other group cruises, knowing you don't want to overload people with events, because even though we did have a few events, it didn't feel overwhelming, and we only missed a couple. Like I think we missed the shot glass and the second slot pull. I think we participated in everything else. So.
See, yeah. I did the shot glass, but I wish more channels would have did it that way, because I was going to try to collect the channel shot glasses, something from each channel. I was going to put a little cabinet here with different shot glasses and stuff.
But a good idea.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I did like the fact that you had multiple hosts. So I am passionate about this, so I will help with this event. And that way, one person or two people don't have to be at every single thing, and they're not tied down to it. So that if they didn't want to come for whatever reason, if you're hosting it and you don't show up, there's no event, So it was nice to see that the pressure was put on multiple people so that it was kind of spread out instead of just on one, the people that were hosting the group cruise. Like if you and Cindy were hosting it and you had to do every single event, that's a lot of pressure. And I think it was better to kind of spread it around a little bit.
Agreed.
So Mike, I think you're the next one. Is Mike the next one with the group cruise coming up?
Well, we got Sea Lake Journeys, but outside of that, yeah, Mike's is in September. Yep.
So Mike, are you facilitating all the events and, doing the calendar? And
I'm trying to start figuring out what events we're going to do. It's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt because it's a back-to-back and not everybody's doing the back-to-back. So we're going to have some channels on the first one, which is it's going to be mostly people on the first one. And then there's going to be a few on the second one. Well, you kind of don't want the people on the second one to miss out on everything that the people and vice versa. So it's going to be a little bit challenging because we wanted to do a bar crawl, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do 2 bar crawls.
Well, that's all fair. That's only fair.
Yeah.
I would make it
I'd be a little disappointed if I'm on, both.
Well, I mean, I guess you got to sign up.
Then
I'm just saying.
If that's the case, Kurt would have to host the second one. That's how you do it.
Hey, there is a good idea. You can have someone, you can fix that out like that.
Yeah.
Facilitate that.
Yep.
Well, some of the suggestions they were talking about, some of the trends that they're talking about for these group cruises is they do a especially for a buddy moon, they're talking about, hey, our buddy moon, we're going to be gone for 10 days. We're inviting you for the first 7 kind of things. Cindy takes rolled up socks out of Kurt's drawers. Captain Billy.
So I do apologize that we're not really interacting. I am highlighting your guys' comments and stuff, but as we keep going, and we'll,
we're reading.
I've been proofreading some stuff over, on the screen. I'm trying not to laugh. Sometimes when I'm laughing at it. Yeah, it ain't like block always.
Not always.
I just figured you were laughing at the voices in your head.
See that? Do not forget where you put this because we have 4 days. Set that back over there. Yeah. 4 days.
Do not forget.
The other travel trend is multi-generational celebration travel. So that's for birthdays and anniversaries. And Marsha, you've got one coming up for this. So is that a discussion? Your birthday's coming up? You're going to take a cruise where you're like, hey, family.
I got lucky. February is a great time to cruise because they have a lot of cheap deals. And so we did one last year just because it was a good deal. We already booked one for this year because it's already a big deal. And I'm trying to convince him to do one more and keep the ball rolling. I'd hate to miss out on a birthday cruise.
Well, I get one this October. We just went on one in October.
Mm-hmm. And so he gets them too.
Yeah. So far through 25, we got him in October for mine, but that was the Halloween cruise. I still got gifts on there.
Yeah,
I did. Mike Gormley got me a gift. Even Carnival. I went and got plenty of free gifts from Carnival.
He got to get candy from the cherry on top place.
Mm-hmm. Like 2 pounds worth.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, I know you've got a big family and you do multi-generational family multiple times a year. I've heard that rumor from your wife. So I think
we do it once a year at Thanksgiving time, depending upon how everybody works out. So this year, I think there's going to be roughly 20 to 26 people going to Disney.
That's huge. So are you in charge of facilitating that and getting that going or?
Well, I booked all the rooms through my timeshare thing. So we got 5 rooms booked, 5 2-bedroom rooms.
Wow, Mike.
I don't want to be with that many family members at one time.
Well,
Mike drinks.
We still go and do our own thing.
Yeah.
We say, look, this is what we're doing when we're on vacation. Yeah. You can do it, or you can stay here at the resort and do all the stuff at the resort. But this day we're going to Disney Springs. This day we're going to Disney. if you want to come, you're more than welcome.
And Kurt's shirt does say well hung.
Yep.
It's a vineyard in Virginia.
Okay.
It's a vineyard. It's a vineyard.
I thought he stole my shirt for a second there.
They awarded this to me there. I'm just saying. At that vineyard, they did award it to me.
Right after he paid them for it, they awarded it to him.
Yep.
So on this, you make plans to go to different parts, but do you guys have dinner plans and put things together like that, or what?
So, yes. So these the timeshares have full kitchens and all in them. So what we'll do is we'll figure out what days we want to eat dinner together, and each person will do like a different thing or different sides or whatever like that. Or we'll do they have grills out there too. So we'll get steaks or chicken or whatever and go down there and cook on the grill and then get together and do it like that.
I'm dying now.
You okay?
You okay?
All right.
So
Thanks so much.
when you're planning cruises now, are you looking still at going just as couples and stuff, or are you guys kind of branching out a little bit and saying, hey, maybe these people would like to go on this cruise also? Or how are you guys looking at the cruising thing now?
We're begging people to be our friends and go
we're
with
getting
us.
we're getting what we consider for us very good
deal.
deals.
And then we're sharing.
And I have spoke with Bruce, and he knows what I'm talking about. Free interior and $200 credit, and what else?
Drinks in the casino
for both people, and it's a free room for 8 days. That's one of the deals that we're looking at.
8-day cruise
in a Southern Caribbean.
$500.
Do you each get one of those rooms?
We both could get one of those.
She actually
rooms.
got the same deal.
Well, we
separately.
got the same deal.
Yeah, so we could do that. You just have to wink and holler at me, Aaron, Mike. And
How you doing, Mike?
Yeah.
Give us a call.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for cheap cruises.
Yeah.
Mike,
I don't know that you can do this one or not, though, because it's in February of next year.
No, he's busy.
I think you're busy.
He's busy January next year.
Oh, then you're available. Call me.
Right, Mike?
Yeah.
It's January.
January is when we have the one.
Right.
February, the only thing I would have is if I'm at the plant doing an outage.
All right. I'll send you the dates.
Controversial
Maybe
cruising is going to
if we book it.
us.
So just wanted to touch on Scott's here. Scott, there's plenty of opportunities for you to cruise with all of us, including April of 2026 on the ABC cruise. There's some other ones. We got a few of them. So you need to book.
Do y'all have somewhere on your web page, like on Facebook or anything, where you have all of your group cruises listed that you're doing?
So I am in the process of putting it on our website.
Okay.
But I'm gonna do a thing on our Facebook group page on the Ocean Travel Crew also of all the different group for not just ours, but for everyone that we're involved with one way or another that we know.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
We have a place in the featured section on. I think it's in both. There's one just called See Me Traveling, and that's the page, and then the other one's a private group. So it's called See Me Traveling Community. So if you got a group thing, throw it in there.
Absolutely, yeah.
I like that idea because we have started looking at group cruises more.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
so
we ain't
it'd be
looking
nice
cheap
to
for us.
and we kind of look at who is offering what and what we can get on and what fits the time frame. So
That's mostly the only hang up for us is time frame.
Yeah, as it is with most of us. With Cindy, even though she can work from home, they require her to be here more than out there. Although she has worked a couple times from the cruise ship and
Well,
seemed to
it's
have
getting
worked
crazy.
somewhat.
I used to be able to take a hardened laptop with me out of the country, and now they're like, you can't take a hardened laptop anymore.
Oh.
So, to work on cruise ships during the pandemic, it was easy. Yeah, here, we'll, doctor up this laptop and off you go with it. But I think just the way internets are run anymore, there's just too much risk with letting people take their laptops out of country.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I tried that one time. We jumped on a quick 4-day
It was only
cruise.
it was a 3-night cruise.
3-night cruise,
Yeah.
and at least the Friday, maybe 2 days, I can't remember. But I worked while I was on the ship. It wasn't as fun because, while you're working,
We even drove down. We were able to drive down a day and a half early, basically.
Still
and she
worked.
worked on the ship. She really only had one full
I didn't like
day.
it.
And you
I
could
don't wanna
say,
do that.
daytime here and then daytime the next day. And then we were off the next after that.
So I like it better when
Yeah.
I cut that cord and let it.
Plus, it's like a 3-nighter. That's tough driving all the way from Virginia.
Hey,
Yeah.
Robert.
So just with this panel here, just from our group cruise experience, we've changed the way we look at booking our future experiences because we want that interaction. We want that buddy vacation thing. And, I think Clock's family has already done the multi-generational thing a couple of years in a row. So it looks like for your family, Mike, it's rewarding. You guys get some family time, you have some fun, you create some memories. So the big travel destination is you guys, I'm assuming you love it. So your family does it every year, or
Yeah, we love it.
Do you mainly do Disney, or has your extended family done any cruises with you, or is it mainly just Disney?
No, most of them they won't pull the trigger on a cruise because so with my timeshare with the money it costs me in maintenance fees, I just rent them to them for what it costs me in maintenance fees. So they can go down there for 7 to 8 days at Thanksgiving time for $800.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not going to be able to take their whole family for $800 on a cruise.
No.
Because most of them have 2 to 3 kids each. My niece has 4 kids, so she'd never be able to afford the whole thing. So we just go down there to the resort, and they have, if they can't afford the tickets to the parks or whatever, they just stay at the resort because it has 6 swimming pools and a couple lazy rivers and different things like that. So
Resorts are nice.
Yeah.
We stayed in one out in out here in Virginia in Williamsburg with Clock and with Moon,
Josh Moon,
Cassidy. And that is a very nice place. We could have made a day as couples.
We could have hung out there.
Just hung out there. Like you said, it was very nice. Yeah. I see you have a question about the ABC cruise in 2026. They want to know if there's any specials.
Did I miss that one?
Yeah, it's at the bottom. Cruising
Oh, it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
well, the chat is lively tonight, and they are
It
taking
is.
questions. The chat is lit tonight.
Hey, Mike, was it nice having a little bit of a break and just you and her getting on a cruise?
No.
Oh,
No.
I don't think we'll ever cruise the same again. We used to be like, it's just going to be us. We're not traveling with anybody. We're not cruising with anybody.
we do like to invite now. Yeah, I agree with that.
Now, I will tell you, on our cruises where nobody knew us and we weren't videotaping for our show, they were a lot more lively than the ones that we do. we would participate more because nobody knew who we were. So if we looked goofy up there doing a game or something.
I still did belly splash and we videotaped it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won that, matter of fact.
I saw one of your videos
You
where you're
did.
in a great big bubble bath with a bunch of people. That looked amazing.
What?
You guys were, it's a pool and there's
Oh, you're talking about Hard Rock.
Oh, that was, that's a while ago.
Now, that was a great
Is it
trip.
a phone party?
The phone party.
Yeah, that was at the Hard Rock Hotel.
They were going around
Riviera
with this
Maya.
big, huge 2-liter of alcohol, squirting it into people's
way
mouths.
before COVID.
I mean, it wasn't in your face or anything, but they would hold it up and just squeeze it, and
Someone,
share.
I got out of the pool that day, and someone said, "Gosh, I hope nobody drank the water in the pool."
Ugh. Kurt, don't say that. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to go on an all-inclusive with y'all, but
Yes.
that kind of changes my mind on it.
I think everyone here would love an all-inclusive.
Yeah.
You know, we are actually looking at there's been some deals that we have been looking at.
What are you guys looking at?
for-
We
for
really want to
doing
try
some
one.
All
There to
inclusive.
be deals
I
with
was going to
us.
say
We do deals.
You're the TA. Tell me what you find. If it's a good deal,
I will. I'll start looking at it beginning. We'll find something and we'll just shoot down to Mexico or whatever for a few days.
Mexico's the best.
Or the Bahamas. Yeah.
for what I find, anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500 up to 20, according to the range of the hotel, how well it is.
Yeah.
You know,
You can find it.
but we've done so far pretty good with what we found. Flights is what's the most expensive thing
For us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And you too,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So just contact me at Bruce at Ocean Travel, and I can give you the quotes and everything and what we going on with the ABC group cruise. So
Well, let's check in with the poll and see what the chat's thinking about how they like to
all
travel.
right, so we have got 29 votes, and 17% says they like to travel alone. 17% also says that they like to travel with a friend. 7% says with another couple, but 59% says a group of friends or couples is the winner there.
no, that's neat to
I
see
would
that
have
in
done
here.
either of the two, and because the way they were worded, I chose the group of couples.
Yeah,
But yeah, I agree with that. Mhm.
yeah, that's where we kind of are, is a group of people with couples and everything. I think is
Don't forget.
yeah, it's you know it's a fun one. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that poll out.
I'm sorry.
Jump on the
What's-
poll, Kurt.
Yeah, Kurt, you want to close the poll?
Jump off that pole.
Get on that poll.
I know how
Well,
to do
Well, you did see what Billy said up there, right? That when we
I
were
saw
talking about dancing,
some
that
things,
you like doing the pole dancing. So.
it. Nautical Nurse Nancy, hello.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Stop trying to change the
Go
subject.
ahead. You
I
see,
do.
even
No,
the top
no,
of
for
his
me,
head's
Nautical
getting
Nurse Nancy is a celebrity.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
in our world of community, I'm like, oh, she's here.
Yeah.
she is, and her family, they travel together, and they they are a great couple.
Yeah.
Which they're on right after us.
So I know that. Okay, so when you're going on a group cruise now, from what we learned on our first one, are you going to pack differently or prepare differently, bring different things?
Just like I packed for the Glory, 72 suitcases. So that's
Too much stuff. And you know, when you're hosting something, or you know, when you're a YouTuber
gotta
or a
bring
creator,
this.
you got to bring some things and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a little bit of a. Oh my gosh! How many more you got?
oh my, be prepared, people.
I told you, I was prepared.
See, now that-
You all didn't want to mess with me.
my argument there was I would have never expected, because let me tell you, if you go out here to Walmart or something and price that right there, it's $12 or something, or $6 or $8. I could not see this guy down here
Spending that
paying
money.
that money, because I never assumed it was him.
But we also made sure that he had his name on the back of some other magnets too, so that people would know it was him.
Well, what was so funny is we had, to spend the money on these cloth
Nice
signed
banners.
pineapple ones, nice banners, and we come back and we saw it on our door. And Denise, I know you are in the chat. I just want you to know that the man at the bottom of the screen there blamed you guys for putting that on our door.
That's
Until he showed the video, until we saw the video evidence of who actually put it on our
And
door.
get this, we got it, and we're like, we don't know, help us, because we feel like criminals putting it on somebody else's door.
You don't know how bad I had to hold the laughter back when you tried to hand me my sign back and tell me to put it on someone's door
yeah.
because
Put
someone
this
got
on
you.
somebody. Cindy's. That tells you exactly what kind of person, devil wise Cindy is. She's gonna, hey, don't think you lose this.
So here's Cindy, because we went down to Kurt and Marsh's door to put the magnet on. We know they put on our door, and we're going down there, and Cindy's like, "Oh, hurry! It's gonna be too loud." She was just whispering so quiet, and trying to be so sneaky, as loud as she can be. It's like, you are horrible at this.
So when we were putting them on people's doors, Kurt did the
No,
same
he
thing,
wasn't.
walking
No,
down,
he wasn't.
walking down the hallway going, "Be quiet, Marsha. You got to sneak." And I thought, well, who's going to sneak if he's walking down the hall?
Hold on now. In
I'm
my
just saying.
defense, the magnet that she put on, it made like a noise going, and I was like,
No louder.
we got to go.
No louder.
Oh, that's what happened to me on Traveler Bus door. So I didn't know where they were. So I'm putting it up there, and I'm like, I'm by myself on this one. So I'm like, has my phone in my hand at the same time, and that thing goes clunk, and I said, "Oh!" And I took off running down the hallway. That's why that clip's so short.
We're at Kurt and Marsha's store doing this. We put it on there. I start walking around. No, I turn back and Cindy's straightening it up, putting it over here. It's like, what do you do? They're going to come out of the elevator before we know it if we don't get moved.
Well, Cindy's daughter is one that gave y'all away. She's just walking down our hall, and I'm going, what the heck are they doing down our hall?
But we remember, but see, their family was on that same hallway.
Yeah,
So
she actually had a cabin probably only about 4 or 5 doors down from you.
yeah.
But it wasn't the way they should have been walking. That's what I'm trying to say.
I will tell you that, unfortunately for Denise and Dwayne, they had the perfect spot on the ship to put magnets on a door.
Every chance
Everybody, anyone we
I
found
would
a
steal them
magnet,
from
we would
other
stick it-
doors
yeah,
and put
stick
them
it
on
their
theirs.
door.
Yep.
Because it was right there at the exit door, and you could pop right out, and nobody'd even see
On the
you.
Lido deck?
On the Lido deck.
Yeah.
You couldn't miss it. It was like
They were right
perfect.
there. You just walk through,
Sorry,
go through another
Denise.
set of doors, put them on there.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
I
had the
thought for sure by the end of that cruise, I was going to come back to my door, and my door was just going to be covered with stuff, and never once.
We got tired of looking for everybody's door and just gave up.
I like Captain Billy's idea right here. He just said you need to
at
get up
like
3 and 4 a.m., put magnets and signs discreetly.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I think we were up at 3 and 4 some mornings. I feel like we were anyway.
In bed yet.
Sometimes it's easier. Sometimes you're out there partying with somebody and say, man, I have to run back to my room for a second. You just go back to your room, grab the thing, go right to their room, put it on there, and then go meet them back at the dining room like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, Mike. We
Or
know.
a costume party, or
Yeah.
costume. Yeah. I think that's the best one. The one he did in costume.
Molly was in costume.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fred Flintstone.
Fred Flintstone and Wilma.
I think that was on. I think that
Look
was
at
Josh and
his
Chassie's
face.
door.
Mike looks like he's a friendly teddy bear. I never suspected the clocks. Ricky is angelic. They have these wonderful faces. They seem truly shocked every time we said, look what we found on our door. They were like aghast with us. We never suspected them. And in fact, when we got this huge thing on our door, we're like, help us, clocks. We've got this thing on our door.
We need to know where to put this.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh gosh, we'll help. It's okay. Don't worry. We've got you.
What was
they
really
were
bad,
the devil.
what was really bad is SET Adventures was actually across the hallway from some real pineapple people.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to be really careful. If they got a pineapple on their door, they may have also gotten a knock on their door. Mm-hmm.
I think Josh and them put the one I put on their door on Greg and
They
Fleet.
did. And that's where I got the story from. Is Greg
Wow.
was like, you don't understand. There was real pineapple people across the hall from us. I said, how would you know, Greg? How do you know?
Oh my goodness.
Real pineapple people. Yeah, how would you know?
You know what I'm talking about.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys. This has been so enjoyable. And chat, thanks for letting us just indulge in this, in this discussion. We've Bruce has tried to include some of your comments, and you guys were hilarious tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you guys are really participating, and we greatly appreciate everyone in the chat, everyone that comes in and spend an hour with us. We appreciate each and every one of you, and having Kurt, Marsha, and Mike come in. It's awesome.
and get on a cruise with these people. They are fun.
They really are. They are.
Well, Ricky's fun.
Oh, Mike is great. Mike is. But hey, I thank you guys for coming on, and I do want to give you guys an opportunity to talk about your channel and what you guys have going on and coming up. And we'll start with Mike Clock. What do you have going on, buddy?
So I'm getting ready to start a bunch of work hours. So Friday night, I'm going to help out with Helping Hands for Cruising, and I'm going to do an auction for some swag from the Icon of the Seas inaugural cruise. Hopefully you can see it.
Nice.
Nice.
Got the Royal Caribbean logo, and on the back it says inaugural sailing 2024. I'm going to be auctioning this off. I'm going to be auctioning the weatherproof bags we got.
What is that?
Bags.
Is that the?
And then I think the luggage tags. And I also have a lady that was nice enough to send me some of her stuff. It's supposed to arrive, I think, end of day Thursday, and I'll see what all it is. And we're going to go ahead and do that stuff as well. So that'll be 11 p.m. Eastern time Friday night for the Helping Hands for Cruising Cruise-a-thon. And then, like I said, I'll be working 12. So after that, my next live will be Friday night. So Friday nights for the next couple weeks.
And what's your next cruise?
Jubilee, 172 days away.
Okay, what's your next trip?
Helen.
Helen.
Awesome. All right, and Kurt Marshall, what do you guys have going on in your channel, cruises, all that good stuff?
Daily coffee talk tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Come join us in the morning and see
Eastern
what we're talking
time.
about. Yeah, Eastern time there. So that's the first thing that's going on, and then in 4 days and so many hours,
Almost less than 4 days.
this
now.
Sunday we will be we will be getting on a MSC Seashore. I had to think about that for a second. Then we don't have anything booked, but after that we go to Helen, Georgia, and then in October we'll be on Carnival Celebration, and that is the week of October the 13th. Is when we get on there. But between that, we kind of keeping our eye out. We don't know that we'll sneak something in, but there's other things we like to do. I've been meaning to do a few things, take Marsha a few places here and there in the mountains and stuff she's never been. So that's about it, guys.
Cool.
Helen, Georgia is only a month away.
In the mountains.
Lots of well, thank you again for coming in. We greatly appreciate you guys, and thank you so much. And this was really half hour for the show. We decided to take a whole turn, but we're so thankful because this has been a great hour. Thank you, everyone in the chat. We want to thank everyone for coming in. And before I miss it, because I know thank you so much, Rob. Greatly appreciate it, buddy.
Very nice.
You are awesome. So thank you very much.
We don't have any cool noises, but Mike, would you sing?
Super chat.
I feel pretty.
I love it.
You should play the video along with that.
Yeah.
It's
unfortunately, I can't do those things.
And I can't pole dance right now, so.
Right. We saw some new people in here today. So again, I hope you enjoyed the show. Please come back. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Go over and subscribe to see me traveling and also with the Clock Family Adventures. Great channels, lots of great content, great live shows. Mike and Ricky is on Sunday nights. But
Fridays for right.
But you're just going to be on this coming Friday. But are you going to be live on Sundays for the next few weeks?
No, for about 3 weeks, it's going to just be Friday nights. So I'm going to do this Friday at 11, and then the following Fridays I'll do my live because that's my day off, and I'm planning on doing a live stream at night just to stay up to keep me on the same. I'm doing night shift, so I'm going to do a night stream live and just to keep me up on the same time.
Perfect. Awesome. All right, well, everybody, go over to Nautical Nurse Nancy, say hey to her, let her know we sent you her way. Type in O2O Raid. Thank you very much. Everyone, have a wonderful evening. And until next time, happy travels.
We'll see you out there.
Bye.